Hi, and welcome to Community Talk. My name is Louis Eggleston. I'm the marketing director over at Leonardo's Children's Museum. And today I'm here with Tracy Biddle, the associate director at Leonardo's. And Tracy, tell me what's new at Leonardo's?
Well, a lot is new. We have a lovely renovated museum, and we did just finish our grand opening. So that was really exciting. We opened on the 23rd and kind of got our bearings, and on May 30th, we had the official grand reopening, and we set a new attendance record of just under 1,000 people attending that day at Leonardo's. So we're really excited.
Sounds good. What new exhibits are at Leonardo's right now?
Everything except for tinkering is an easy way to answer that, but it's more fun to talk about the new stuff. The Power Tower has been really well received. Power Tower represents our natural resource or gas and petroleum industry in the state. And it's a lot of fun. You can enter on one side, crawl all the way up and through the exhibit where you're on the second floor for a while, and then back down to the bottom. But don't be alarmed, parents. The children enter and exit at the same place, so they can't get out on the second floor. But it's really been a lot of fun. It has all the balls in it that represent the natural resources like water, oil, and gas. So they're blue and red and black balls that go through the exhibit. And the more you pay attention, you can just learn as much as you want from that exhibit. You can watch where you can put the certain color of product and where it goes to its next place. For instance, the oil will go up and over into the hauling truck that's supplied by Grondikes, the big oil hauler. And then on the back of that, there's a place that you can separate the oil from the water, kind of like a big Plinko game. So you can get as little or much, you can just have a great time and race through the exhibit. You can also stop and really get some neat information about that industry. And then Critter Clubhouse has been amazing. Mm-hmm. Critter Clubhouse is about 4 times the size that it was before, and we have lots of new friends for people to come and meet. We have a new hedgehog named Hugo, mm-hmm. and our new bearded dragon is a sweetheart. She seems mm-hmm. to understand every word that you say to her. Mm-hmm. The chinchilla environment that we built at the very end of the Critter Clubhouse is really fun because we now have 4 chinchillas learning to live together in their new little mountaintop that we built them.
Sounds good. And this week, we just put up one of the classic exhibits, right? Do you want to tell us about that one?
Oh, yes. Everybody was missing Silage Beach. Silage Beach is such an interesting little thing. It's been there for a long, long time, but it looks like a beach house, and the beach house rotates and revolves. And the reason it's called silage is the big arm that it attaches to looks like what we would call silage machinery. Which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know where the silage came from. But children can get in the middle of that, and it almost gives you the experience of you're holding still and the whole room is spinning around you, and creates kind of an optical illusion. Some people are really receptive to it, and it makes them a little bit dizzy, like yourself.
Yep.
Some people stood in it, our other workers stood in it and mounted a light bulb and never fazed him at all. So it's kind of interesting to see how that exhibit affects you.
Yeah.
And it's up there located next to the healthcare exhibit. So that's a lot of fun.
Great. So what's going on this summer at Leonardo's?
We are getting ready for summer camp. So it is summer camp prep season. What's going to be new this year that's very, very important to note is that second floor area that has always been used for summer camp is now exhibits. So where are we going to go with our camp? Well, fortunately, World Harvest Church, what a lot of the community knows is World Harvest Church, is a building located right up against Leonardo's. We're calling it the Leonardo's Education Annex. And so we have all that space in order to do the summer camp in. So it's got its own space, good heating and air, lots of rooms that we can divide the classes into. And so we're gearing up for that and preparing that space for camp.
Okay. What can kids expect if they go to summer camp there?
Well, as you know, we like to choose a theme. This year's theme has been a lot of fun. It's called Adventure Games. And each week has a game theme. we have usually the structure of 3 weeks of art and 1 week of science is still there. So in June, the first 3 weeks we'll study art, and then the last week will be science, and then we'll have a toddler week camp, which don't let me forget to talk about toddler week because that's a new product offering. But then in July we'll have 3 more weeks of art camp, and then the last week that actually ends in August will be a science camp as well. And I think it's really fun. We start on June 6th. It's an art camp, and the theme of the week is Pictionary. So the art projects through the whole week will have things to do with, the field's just wide open right there. We can do anything as far as photography or drawings or anything with the children. So that'll be a lot of fun. And on week 2, we have Family Feud right before Father's Day, where we can study family trees and how we sort things and classify things and make lots of art there. On the 3rd week, we have the operation. So we'll be studying a lot of the body parts. We have 2 exhibits right now, grossology and healthcare, that have an operation game. So we're going to be able to talk about anatomy and how the body is built and make all kinds of neat things that week. But then the 4th week is science, and that is going to be Minecraft. So we have one of our posters for Minecraft. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It has great enrollment. So if you want in Minecraft, you need to get called and get your child enrolled in Minecraft. It'll be a whole week of science projects and experiments, but it'll have the fun theme of kind of that Minecraft game also. So.
Okay. So what if when a child arrives to the camp, what does an average day look like for that kid at summer camp?
Okay, kind of depends on how they enroll. If they're a half-day attender, they're going to arrive. If they're half-day attendance in the morning, they're going to arrive and get checked in and get a bracelet and figure out what class they're in. Then they're going to get to play for a little bit in the museum, which will be great with all of our renovations. Then at 8:30, because drop-off is from 7:15 or 7:45 to 8:30, then we go over and get to work at class and working on projects. There'll be a break about mid-morning, and we'll supply a snack. Try to be as healthy as we can, a snack and a drink, and then they go back to work until 11:30 when the morning session is over. If they're an all-day camper, then they're going to get their sack lunches and sit down for lunch with the apprentices. If they're not, they'll get ready to be picked up. And then basically the afternoon session is very similar to that. You can arrive and play at Adventure Quest until classes start for afternoon session. Mid-afternoon, we'll have a break where we'll have something to eat and drink for the kids. That is provided by Leonardo's. All-day attenders do need to bring a sack lunch. And then the whole day ends about 4:45, 5 o'clock, and then we have pickup until 5:45.
Okay.
So very similar to what we've done before, but there are options for families that might need all-day activities for their kids, or if they don't, they can choose morning or afternoon.
Okay. And there are still early discounts available for families to sign up?
Yes, we really like to emphasize we price our camp so that we break even, and we use state certified teachers for our camp, and so all the expense that you pay for the camp goes into supplies or teachers' fees. But you can save a lot of money on that because it's always hard to pay for care for your children in the summer. If you get enrolled by the end of this month, you'll get a 10% off. And if you go ahead and this is my choice for summer time activities for my kid, and you buy it, as in you pay for the whole time all at once, then you get a discount as well of 25%.
Okay.
So that always helps people a lot.
Yeah, so speaking of teachers, is there a plug that you want to do for?
Yes.
Okay.
We have great teachers. That is our niche. And we do need still a few more certified teachers that might be interested in earning some extra cash in the summer, maybe earn some money to go on a vacation before school starts next fall. We need teachers for art, predominantly for the first and second grade classes. So if you're a teacher out there that maybe wants to use a 1 week in the morning and earn a little extra cash, please check in with Leonardo's.
And what about the helpers for teachers?
We could not do camp without apprentices. Leonardo's has an apprentice program where I work with young people age 12, 13, 14, and 15, treat them just like my employees on the floor, kind of like a job training or job preparation summer camp. And these are the assistants for summer camp. They're the teacher's right arm. They can schedule themselves to come and work a half day or a full day. And it's really neat to watch these young people really mature and be leaders with these young kids and develop friendships that last for a really long time.
Great. And this is all provided by the
Oklahoma Arts Council helps fund that. This is something that, the funding for the arts is always under scrutiny, but bless them, they are still helping us, not to the extent they were able to a few years ago, but are still funding the majority of our program.
Great.
And speaking of programs, we do have a little bit of a new offering. We do have a toddler camp. A lot of times there's a young one that isn't quite in pre-K, but they want to experience Leonardo's summer camp. And so I would really like to be sure that those parents know to look at toddler camp. It's going to be 3-day offering right after the holiday. So a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a morning time camp for potty trained young 3 and 4 year olds.
Great.
So that's new this year.
Great. And then I'll throw in my plug for other summer programming at Leonardo's. Leonardo's is attempting to get involved with the Downtown First Fridays event.
Yay,
and hoping, planning on our funding anyway coming through. We're hoping that we can keep Adventure Quest open for families to drop by and put a blanket down on the grass and listen to live music.
So basically we're going to have the outdoor area open during First Fridays.
Yep. So that's our plan. That's our hope, to be involved in the other downtown businesses in First Fridays.
This is our first attempt to do that. So show up and show us that that's a good, fun option for people at First Fridays.
And then the Friday after that, June 10th, will be another program that we're going to try out called Leonardo's Nightlife. And this is a 21 and older event. So adults can come and check out the renovations at Leonardo's, check out the critters that we have, the games and tinkering. There will be a cash bar. And adults
and it's just for adults.
It's just for adults
at the Children's Museum, which is going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that, and we invite you all to come down and check it out.
Check it out on social media to get more information. Check in, let us know if you're interested and things like that, both of those evening events.
Yeah, and speaking of the first Friday night at Adventure Quest, we also have Twilight Time throughout the summer through June and July. And that's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays from 5 to 8 p.m.
When it gets kind of too hot to be there right in the middle of the day, Twilight Time's perfect. It's 5 to 8 p.m. and the shadows are much better, and it's a lot of fun.
So those are all the new events at Leonardo's and some of the old. And we just want to invite you now to check out our new website at leonardos.org. And thank you for watching today.